piling up wood and making a bonfire. And it's nighttime, it's around 8. We're having something to drink from like stuff that my uncle brought himself. But the thing is this, as soon as we were beginning to have our cup of soup, we saw this bright light, just like as if you were looking now through the windows, you see the street light, as bright as that. And it was like stunning because it wasn't just a light, it was like a rainbow. It was like an orange light, and a lot of people have described UFO sightings being an orange light. But the thing is this, it wasn't just that. It was like kind of like plasma, multicolored plasma revolving around this orange light. And as far as I know, I'm the only one that, or the only person that I know of that said, multicolored rainbow light plasma around these balls of orange light. But it doesn't stop there, because we were watching this in complete amazement. Me, my younger brother, 2 other little kids, and my uncle, and everybody else that was there as well by the river. And you could hear this, the oh, from all the people you couldn't see because it was dark. But you could see the bonfires in the middle of the bush, through the foliage. And the thing is, it was about 5 minutes into this sighting that all these other little spheres began to come out of it, and they just began to fly everywhere like fireflies. Like, you would not believe how many of these things were coming out. It was like a swarm of bright little lights coming out of it, and just going into the distance and coming back. And it was like a display of, it's like they were doing it on purpose, because really there were so many people there, because it's a vacational area, so it's like a resort. So people were just, you could hear them like just going screaming even, and the thing is that the one thing I remember really clearly is that my uncle Louis, who's in hospital right now, he said, "It's the Martians." It's like, Martians, okay. So, and we're like, I'm 6 years old, and the other kids are even younger, so we're like, oh no, we're just little kids, So he goes, "Get in the tent," And my uncle is like 17 years old and smoking pot, whatever. And he goes, "Get in the tent," and he doesn't know what to do. You see it, he's like freaked out. And all we hear is him and other people screaming, and the rocks. You know how there's huge rocks, boulders by the rivers, like especially in Chile, because there's so much volcanic leftovers from all the lifting of the ground and all that. You've probably heard this. There was earthquakes back in 2010 of it, like massive. And all the areas there are just like that. There's huge boulders. If you dig the ground, there's massive rocks in my country. So all you can hear is that, like just boulders, like people stepping on them, and we just fell asleep. We were like in fright, in the tents, and you just fall asleep from panic or whatever it is. But I was a little kid. But see, this is very long, because after that, I wake up back in my house next day. It's like they took us home. Like our parents just got us out of the tent and took off. The next day, I wake up and what happened? It's like that was our day over there, and that's it, we're back here. But the thing is this, next year, when I was 7 years old, I went back there again, and I had an accident. I had a near drowning in that same river. All because I didn't listen to my mom. She said, "Don't go there." She said, "Don't go there. I'm going to go over there to talk to my, my sister-in-law, and smoke a cigarette in this pool that people make with rocks in the river." And my mom was saying, "Don't go there. Don't go out and talk to me, because I'm doing this." And I was so bored, in this kids' pool. So I walked through the water to where the current was, where the currents were flowing a little bit more forcefully. And I got dragged into the current of the river, and I started drowning. And in the shock of feeling like you're drowning, it's like, if I was to explain to you, it's like trying to breathe and you can feel the water that's inside your lungs being cold and like cooling your lungs down. Like, I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying, but it was like you're unable to breathe, and after 5 minutes you're like, okay, I give up. Seriously, you give up. It's like, okay. And then I started seeing like whole life going backwards in front of me. You know, and it's just like a VCR, a flash of wine. But that's not just it. You can actually see into every little point in this movie and view it at the same time as it's moving backwards. So you see it forward, but it's moving backwards as well. So it's like multiple things going on there. So this experience showed me something that I had I had agreed with myself that I was going to forget. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying by that. It's like I didn't want to remember this part. But I come from a situation in Chile where there was a lot of political things going on. Some of you may know if you ever heard about politics. Yeah, I mean, my father was one of these people that was very involved with the government. That got him killed, incidentally, in the same area. Okay. But the thing is this, as I'm looking into going backwards in this retrospect, I'm shown these creatures. And I'll look for the pictures right here. Because I'm an artist, I've made a few drawings of these things because sometimes it's kind of difficult to really explain these things to people. What I'm saying is, that's why I made that, but that's what happened when I was 6 years old, but just let me try and continue. These little blue guys, and I can't really say that they are blue because I'm only agreeing with other people who have said that they've seen them as well. One of them is someone that Bill Chalker knows, Peter Curry. Peter Curry said that he's seen these little hooded guys, and Peter showed me a couple of pictures that he made of some of the experiences that he had, and apparently these little guys took him, like sort of carried him or somehow like levitating him. But with me it's different. When I was having that recall or rewind, whatever, I saw something that looked like this scene from Willie Stewart's Communion. Okay, but the thing is, it's very complicated because I found Peter's master tape some time ago. He had lost it, and I happened to find it, which is really strange. But what really attracted me to this video is that this guy was talking about these things. And I thought, I was screaming to my wife across the house, look, this guy's seen them too. You know, in this Australian documentary. And I'm going, oh, then I meet this guy. So I called him up. And I told him that he goes, yeah, you know, he's really blasé about it. But the thing is that as I'm seeing these memories that I wanted to forget as a 3-year-old, when my father was going missing because he was getting kidnapped by the secret police, you know, like this commando of a secret agent in Chile that were like making people disappear. I was having these experiences at night where I would see blue spheres come through the walls. You see? Like, I don't know if any of you have seen, like, it's very similar to the orbs that people see in photograph, and there's like, I think an organization in the US, it's called SETI, that uses special cameras with, I think it's, what are those? Here. Yeah. And the thing is that they are shooting these videos where they see they're documenting the spheres come out of like deep space and come down to the UFO from even underground. It's like
Underground.
or into the ground. It's like they come out of it. But the thing is, this like I was watching this rewind, and it was showing me all the times when these blue spheres would enter the room and somehow through the wall, you know. It's like none of this exists for them or something like that, you know. It's like we were like transparent or invisible, and vice versa. But they would come down to the floor, and somehow they become a little being. They become these little guys, the ones that I was showing you. That over there, that's highlighted. I try to make kind of like something that looks like them, but it's very weird because it's like there's a haze revolving around. You know, like a haze that's interfering with what you're seeing, or it's just simply the, say, technology that they use to stay material, I don't know, you know, when they come to contact people or whatever. But these things, they are said by other people to work on people's organs. And this is where, to me, got really interesting, because one lady that I know, I haven't met her like personally, but she was writing a book in Venezuela. And she says that these things would come to her in hospital, and basically through a 6-day period, they would put their fingers into her body. Just like, as I said to you, like they come through the walls and it's like this world's immaterial to them. It's like they would put their hands, their gloves, into her body. And apparently she says that she was healed from like a renal problem that she had no hope. But she was like set back to, you know, proper good health after those experiences. And I think she's already finished writing the book about these particular experiences I'm telling you about. But what they used to do to me, and I think they're doing it to my little son, is that every night when I was 3 to 4 years old, they would come, land, become this little blue thing, the little monks. That's what I call them, little monks. And because there's another way to describe it. And we put the hands on my stomach, on my abdomen. And the thing is that the one thing you remember is that they're so cold. You just feel this pain from the cold of their touch, you know. It's just like, you cannot, it's just like pain. And that's in the back of my mind, it's like, I'm never going to be able to forget this because of this pain. You know? And I tried, I sort of going, I only remember because of the near-death experience, which is what that was, what I was telling you about, the near drowning, was the near-death experience. But it made me recall all that. And I still knew in the back of my mind, I knew that. It's just that, no, I'm not going to remember that. I know that it's there, you know. It's clearly in my mind and the feeling and everything. But no, I'm not going to. And then this experience happens with near drowning. So what I remember is these things putting their hands on me, and who knows, God knows what they were, you see. But all throughout my earlier childhood, I used to have like digestive problems. It's like I couldn't digest food in a very normal way. You know, it was always constipated as a kid. And so is my son, who incidentally always late because he needed speech therapy. So that's one of the reasons why I kept you waiting. But this experience, I try to put it back in, back in the back of my mind for a long time. And until I started seeing more crafts in the sky in Chile. After a large earthquake back in '83, I've got some footage here of what was going on there. I think this photo was actually taken by a film crew from one of the TV shows in Chile in August 17th in 1985. And the whole city of Santiago was swollen. It was 2 crafts. But this particular sighting not only involved all of Santiago, but the thing is that it generated a wave of sightings. It's like people wanted to watch the skies after that. Because it was on TV. And at the same time, you could actually go outside and look at it. For example, say that's the TV show. I'm watching, it's like an all-day long TV show where it's like a game show. But it's like all day. But the thing is that they broke into a special, and they were we went outside to show you this. It happens to be the 2 crafts, which you could see them from where I was on the south side of the capital. It was closer to them than what the TV channel, where the channel was. So I could see them clearly. My brother had a telescope, my younger brother. So he saw everything, the little black windows, weird antennas like hanging off it. It was just like one of those UFOs with the spheres underneath, like very metallic, kind of like the hat type of UFO. There was 2, and they were shining so much because it was just the blue sky, the sun. It's August in Chile, and it's like pretty much a summer day. It's not actually it's a very sunny day. The thing is that I'm watching the TV and I'm going, oh my God, I open the door to the back and oh my God. I was like, like there's 2 UFOs there on TV. Like, I can't believe this. So I thought, oh, I know. Because I was in my mom's bedroom and the TV was there, there was also a vanity mirror. So I took it out. Like I'm 13 years old. I took it out to the backyard and I started it shone. It's like reflecting in the sun like this UFO. And I'm rolling my eyes, going, help this our country or our people. I'm going like this, because in Chile it was like at that particular point in time it was just bad. You see, it was like you want something to come and help your people, because even I knew that there was bad stuff going on. I mean, next night, there was a freaking huge helicopter hanging over our heads, with cannons and everything. But the thing is, I'm shining the large vanity mirror at this scene. I'm just rolling my eyes. Can you imagine? Like you're 13 years old, and there's 2 UFOs right there that you can see clearly. But I mean, that's not the first sighting that I saw. Like with my eyes just like all the thing is, after that, it began a massive wave of UFO sightings, and for me, it was like, okay, what I wanted to forget is for real. I'm saying to myself, what am I going to do about it? There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a kid. But I was just like looking through magazines, newspapers, any article that someone would write on the newspaper, even if it was crap, I still read it. It made me say something, And there was this one show that I used to listen to on the radio that was about UFOs, and in Chile it was a big issue because there was just so many sightings. And there still is too many, it's like too many sightings. It's like you don't want to know about it because it's there all the time. And the thing is, I got into listening to this show, so I learned quite a few things. I learned to meditate through this show. And so I began sort of getting into that vibe of meditating and settling down, because I'm a very anxious, nervous kind of person. Because because I'm an artist, I've always got I want to get a project going, draw something, like make something. And so my mind is always busy, but I thought, I gotta get into that space when I'm painting and I'm not doing anything with my mind other than just being intuitive, just painting intuitively. So this happens. Along comes 1986, and Chile's gone for a political upheaval. We have to get out of the country because we're getting, there was like, look, think about this. You got a Secret Service van outside of your house. waiting for my mom to go to the court and be a witness. And these people are just outside, parked outside, waiting for my mom to get out, to follow her, and just to harass her, not to go to the court. But because of that, we came here to Australia. So that's now like 25 years. But what's interesting about coming to Australia is that I had more, more experiences. A lot of people call themselves experiences now, And the next, because I started taking on more meditative techniques, I learned, I was doing by myself, like self-educating with transcendental meditation, and I was having all these very strange experiences as well as like visions, in front, like these, This is the problem, because once you start talking about this kind of thing, and you're talking about having visions, then people start looking at you strange. Bless your eyes, you have to draw, okay. But the thing is this, I can only be like honest to you. I had a dream where my granddad, my disappeared father said to me, Christian, you gotta be truthful and be real, be the truth to people. And they showed me a painting that I destroyed that said, we really like this painting, in my dream. But the thing is, what I took out of that is that, okay, I'm going to tell people exactly what I saw, and more or less just tell people to, shove it if they're going to tell me because I've seen it with my own eyes. And plus these other experiences that I had with these things, But what happened to me in 96, I think it was 96, 97, this is now kind of blurry. But it's the experience that blew my mind the most, and the one that made me the most scared about all this. Because what happened with that experience that I had in 97 was that it showed me that what I was seeing in my meditation and in my lucid dreaming and astral traveling was these beings were not just in my dreams. They were actually, here is them, and you're getting out of bed because you just don't want to be in the sitting room. But the thing is, I made a small movie. Hopefully I can play it here. Some people have seen it already, but it has... Because I'm into art, I try everything to do with art. And one of the things I'm doing now is animation. So back in 87, I was waking up out of my bed, and this is a two nights event. This is the second night. This is on a very rough movie where I'm playing around with the software. But this is what I see, more or less. That they're putting this black cylinder into my foot. And I'm awake. I'm going, I come with my eyes here for that. I'm straining, like you would not believe to pull my eyes a little bit further up so I can see their faces. And I did manage to do that. It was like almost falling asleep, but I was staying awake, And it's like, I'm saying to myself, I'm going to remember you, and you're not going to make me forget anything. I'm going to remember you. I'm burning you to my mind. So, as I'm saying that, I'm getting my vision closer to their faces, and I see a similar being to that. I would say that's a very accurate image, because I was just okay, I'm not taking anything seriously. But the gene is not, with the creature that I saw, the gene is not so pointy, it's a bit more spiritual. And what's amazing to me is that I had a lucid dream or an astral where I'm out of my bed, I'm looking at my body, This is a couple of years before that. And my brother goes right through me, and I'm going, you asshole, don't you see that I'm sleeping? But I'm awake. So he sits there and switches the TV on, because I was studying in Golden with this guy. And I haven't seen him since then.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, so I'm getting out of bed in my astral body. There's no other way to explain it. And there's me. And I realized that I'm awake whilst I'm asleep, when my brother, my older brother, moves right from my body, and he goes and sits in the sofa, and he switches the TV on, and I'm going, and I'm getting even more mad because he's switching the TV on, and I'm asleep. So don't you have any respect? I'm saying to myself. Now I'm going like this, hey, you! And I looked at my hand, and I'm going, okay, I'm still asleep, but I can see my hand. And you know the thing is, this is the thing. Most people think that I've spoken with like a big number of people regarding this particular experience. And it's that I see myself as one of these guys. Looked at my hand, and it's all just like that. Like paper white, with really long fingers. And this is the thing, I looked at that hand, and I saw how long it was, and I'm just like, wow, you know, damn, you know, it's like, wow. So I'm saying to my brother, even though he can't hear me, hey, you see me? Just putting my arms in front, just having fun with it, you know. But I'm like, you know, kind of like stunned because of the situation where. And there was a little mirror, but this is what's weird. I can still see my reflection in this mirror, you know. And it was just like then. But this is prior. This lucid dreaming, astral, whatever, was prior to seeing this guy. So I thought, oh, okay, I'm being my higher self right now. You see? See, it gets very, you know, new agey. This is the only thing I can tell you because this is how it is. I'm not going to change it. So this is prior to having this experience here. But when I had that experience, this is now got really complicated. I'm thinking to myself, because if these things are doing that to my foot, and in that astral experience, which I've had more before, and this is the only one I'm telling you about. And in the astral experience, I was just like that. And I looked at my face as well, because I went to the mirror and I thought, I gotta see my face a little bit better. And it was like, how do I now reconcile that experience with having that implantation? And these guys being there at the, you know, at the foot of the bed doing that to me. These are ETs, I think, because this is what people say. You know? So I'm thinking, what's going on? Seriously. But that, I didn't want to think about it for more than 8 years. My ex back then, a Polish lady, was saying to me, wow, you know, next morning I woke up and I looked at my foot and I could remember everything clearly. That movie that you saw. But I was trying to help a lady in regards to her experience with one of these guys who supposedly is well known and has written a lot of stuff like The Threat, David Jacobs. And this guy, they seem, I don't know if I should get into that because it's kind of like reflective of what's going on outside of Australia regarding this issue. It's just drama and manipulation of the people that are having the experience by these other celebrities who claim to know everything because so many people go to them to tell them what they've seen. Mm-hmm. You know? And so I got into scandals. This one thing was a big scandal between Jacobs and this lady who is incidentally South African. And she lives in New Zealand. I know you know who I'm talking about. But the thing is this, people with experiences like mine get played. Okay, because there is this power, mechanism, power structure. It's like a vast net within society that is trying to suppress all this stuff. Especially people who just want to tell the truth. I mean, the truth is the enemy of government, really. Because the government derives power out of secrets. I don't think it's stopped what's happening with me, because it's been going on all of my life, as I said to you. So, and I'm going back to Chile. I'm going to that same area just for the hell of it. To UFO Central in the south of Santiago with another ufologist, Rodrigo. Oh my God! See, when I'm nervous, I just forget people's names. Just forget everything. Just go back.
Is that you wanting to go back, Christian, or you think they're actually wanting you back there?
Can't say.
You don't know?
I want to go there just to scare my wife. Just for the thrill. Yeah, just camp, up this dead volcano there called San Jose. Because a lot of people have had experiences there. It's like there was one guy who just up from where I had my first experience. He had another. This guy was like caught by two tall white blonde guys, and they came on a sphere as well out of the water. But the thing is that he was taken to. This is like something else. There are some similarities there, but by reading his story, I don't know. I drew some relations to what was happening with me, throughout my life, because the guy just goes into why it was that they were telling him what they were telling him. I thought maybe there's something for me there, because it was more or less in the same area where I had my isolating, So that's a Chilean case, UFO case, but I don't know if it's like translated to English, but it's called Irenco, the City of Crystal. Maybe it's in English somewhere, on the net. I'm sure you can find it and probably get it translated for the PDF. Okay. Yeah, so Chile is like unreal when it comes to sightings. So if you ever get the chance to go to South America, you should go to the hotspots if you're into it.
They're just about the government's there just about to bring out a full documentary, aren't they? Bring out the
with Rodrigo
Corresponding with some of the Chilean people there.
Me and Rodrigo, he asked me to go over there, with him to the volcano, because weird stuff goes on there. So
that's what out November.
I think so.
But
I don't keep track of that.
I don't think they're trying to get to them.
Look, I came here for the value of my word. I said, yes, I'm going. I'm not here to tell you, hey, I've got a book as well, you want to buy the book? No. Yeah. I don't care, I've got other things going for myself. I don't need to be one of those wannabe celebrities from overseas, It doesn't really matter. But that's what I got. And I'm not going to tell you some other crazy story because it's not there. Some other stuff has happened to me after that, which is only reinforcing what I've seen, you see. And just one more experience is that, again, I wake up in the middle of the night thinking, something's going on. And so I see the blue sphere come out of the wall. This is in a situation which is like completely outside of my house, out of control, with no control of my own. I was going for help in 2008. I think he knows what I'm talking about. It's very embarrassing because I was, I'll tell you, screw bloody, No.
Tell us.
I'll tell you. I was at my job. I was working 2 jobs, and I was working with 2 French chefs, because I'm a chef as well. And the guy thought I made fun of him because of this girl he was trying to pick up, and he couldn't because he couldn't speak English properly. And he thought I was laughing at him or something. So he headbutted me. And I'm bleeding there going, what the hell? I'm bleeding on the floor. You know, what was this for? So he runs off, takes off his uniform, runs off. And the owner says, you know, oh, you know, I'll fix it, don't go to the cops, You know, I need you to run my place. You know, even if you're bleeding, I need you to run my place. I'll fix it all up. Next day, the guy's still there. And I'm going into a fight with this guy, and then a bigger French guy comes in and starts to strangle me. I had to defend myself, so I cut him in the leg. Because I'm a shit, I've got a freaking leg. You try struggling me against the wall, while the other guy was hitting me on the temple with I don't know what metal thing was. No, he made a hit and strangled at the same time, so I went like this. So I cut that tall guy in there. It was just. But the thing is this, they rang the cops first. And so I get picked up by the cops. And then I end up spending 4 months because my papers went missing in the court, in jail. And I'm in jail because I'm a musician as well. And I'm there playing my guitar with all these cons, all these criminals. And they're all wondering, why is he here? It's like surrounded by these people in the yard, and I'm playing guitar because you can actually get guitars there. And they're like, why is he here? You don't look like you belong here. They're going, that's it, man. They're all like junkies and pale people because they're constipated. Yeah, that's the look. I mean, this one guy goes to me, man, we junkies got a look. We kind of look like, you know, this look to us. We're pale. And then, yeah, because you haven't gone to a toilet, man. You know? So, that period was terrible for me. Because you can imagine, you're in jail, you don't know something. Every night, what the hell is happening? 1 minute I'm working 2 jobs, and next thing I'm there. One night, while I was in those bunk beds, right? I mean, you can't sleep. You seriously can't sleep. Plus, the guy that was on top bunk kept on kicking. So he's keeping his habit. And I can't sleep with some English guy that they call him 007 because they call him with guns in his silencer. He was driving this other guy's car who was like, he was a gangster, a film gangster, you know, up in south of what was it, Wollongong. Anyway, so I'm in there just hearing this guy like snoring and just kicking his bed, and then all of a sudden there's this sphere again coming out of the wall. I'm like, oh, come on, not here. Seriously. So it's coming out, and I'm thinking, how can this thing be coming here when it's like there's security guards and cameras everywhere? So this thing lands next to my bed, and again turns into one of these blue guys. So it's a sphere like that, and it comes down and boom, and it turns into like these blue guys. And I swear to God, this creature was kind of like a female, because I could sort of see it around, like inside that haze that's revolving around it. And because it kind of looked female, I don't know how to explain it to you, but it kind of looked like a female. Okay. So I'm whilst having this feeling of that this thing is a female, I'm getting angry because it's like, why? I'm here, powerless, impotent. I don't know, not being able to get myself out of this situation. Plus this thing is there, and I'm remembering how angry I was getting from not only the reason why I was there, but these things. So I was just getting really angry. And then this thing somehow started, I'm in bed, flat, all right, looking at it, and it starts to somehow, because they can go through matter, it started revolving around me. But it was like, you could feel that it was concentrated around abdomen area. Just hold it in your mind because I wanted to sort of like put across this idea to you guys. I made this little graph of the Tribune man, and because I was into meditation and I was into hands-on healing because I was getting all these dreams of people teaching me how to do that, which is really weird. I was being shown by this woman in dreams that I had to like, put my hands on a person, like concentrate and like forget everything, and like sing or like sound a note with your voice as you like putting your hands on the person, right? This is back when I had the first invitation. And by reading that stuff, all these books, later on I remembered, hang on, what's deep inside your energetic body? Your soul center, it's like the soul stars. That's what people call it, the soul stars, right? And apparently that's got like information encoded energetically, you know? I mean, it doesn't matter if I use those terms, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Supposedly there is like information there that goes all the way back. Not just that. It's more. It's like dimensional. It's kind of like the center from where all the aspects of who you are, who you could be, and what you were, and what in all points in time and space. That's where they are. So this thing, I thought, why is it revolving around here? And I thought, and when I was little, they would put their hands on me. And I'm going, what? Maybe it's got something to do with that. Maybe it doesn't. You know, I don't know. But some of this info might sort of like resonate with some of you people. Maybe it doesn't. But when you dream, you'll get different info coming from somewhere else. You know, regarding what you saw here, or maybe what I put out to you guys, you know, in a non-speaking sort of way, you know. But at any rate, this is about it. I'm flat out tired, you know. So that's it. I'll call it a night.